Assalamu alaikum students. Hopefully you are fine. In the last lecture we started chapter number 1 and discussed some learning outcomes of this chapter. Today we are going to start the very first lecture, and here we are going to define what is science. It is the nature of the man that he want to know about the phenomena and the truth about the different nature aspects of nature, and he want to get the reason of something which is happening around him. So to understand all this, a man always keen in observation and doing different experiments to get the logical reasoning. So the knowledge which is gained through observation and experimentation is called science. So whatever the knowledge which we get from by observing the things and by doing experiments for to understand the working of a phenomena, that is called science. Science is not originated from any English language word. It is originated from a Latin word which is pronounced as scientia or scientia. Both the pronunciations are right. In British, it is pronounced as scientia, and in US English, it is scientia. So, what is the meaning of this word? Its meaning is knowledge. So science is basically the knowledge which we get through observation and experimentation. So as a short question, you need to learn this definition. So you may mark it on your books. Now this knowledge of science was studied as natural philosophy, and different materials which may be living or non-living materials. The knowledge of that particular material was studied under a single subject which was named as natural philosophy in the beginning. But as the knowledge increased, this natural philosophy was divided into two main branches. The first one was physical science, which deals with the study of non-living things. And the second one was biological science, which are concerned with the study of living things. So, with the passage of time, as the knowledge increase, we divide it in different categories. This is what we are going to discuss in the next topic as well. Now, we are concerned in this book, we are concerned about physical science. So physical science is the study of non-living things. So physical science was further divided into five different disciplines. As the knowledge increased, it was divided into five different disciplines. And what are those disciplines? That is physics, chemistry, astronomy, geology, and meteorology. And our topic of discussion here is only physics. Rest will be discussed in the other books. The most fundamental of these is physics. So, what is physics? He says in physics we study matter, energy, and their interaction. And the laws and principles of the physics help us to understand nature. So, what we study in physics? Matter, energy, and their interaction. Matter, all of you know about matter. Matter is anything which has mass and occupies space. Whole of the universe is made up of matter. So matter is anything around us, and energy is the ability of a body to do work. So whatever is the body, if it has ability to do work, that is called its energy. So every matter has energy. So study of matter and the energy in the matter and their interaction, how matter and energy are interrelated with each other, that is called physics. And when we study physics, we can understand the nature. He says laws and principles of physics help us to understand nature. Now the main question is why we are going to study physics, why it is important to us. So importance of physics is told in the following paragraphs. You might have read by yourself that the progress in the world is due to the discoveries of physics, and most of the technologies are based upon scientific principles. For example, car, it is made up of, you can see, it is made up of using the principles of mechanics, and refrigerator is based on the principles of thermodynamics. And there might be hardly any field of our life in which there is no use of physics. Like you can see the pulleys which are used to lift heavy loads, this is due to physics. And then electricity, which is being used to get the light and heat, and mechanical energy which drives fans, electric motors, everything works on the principles of physics. Similarly, means of transportations such as aeroplanes, then domestic appliances such as air conditioners, refrigerators, vacuum cleaners, washing machines, microwaves, everything is related to physics. Similarly, means of communication, that is radio, television, computer, all work on the principles of physics. And there is not even a single field of our life where physics is not being used. That's why we can say that physics is important for us. And all of you know that there are some positive and negative aspects of every field. So there are some negative aspects of scientific inventions as well. Like we have men have invented atom bomb. Atom bomb is a destruction weapon which can destroy any country, any nation to a huge level. This is invention of science. So we can say that it is the negative aspects of science. And one more thing, that due to scientific inventions, there is some not some serious destruction of natural environment as well, and environmental pollution has been increased now. So this is also the result of human activities which he is doing to increase his knowledge and to facilitate himself by using scientific technologies. So students, what you have to do, your task is to write uh, in 5 to 7 lines in main points. You can write the importance of physics by giving some examples from the daily life as discussed in these paragraphs, or you can write the main heading why we study physics. These two type of statements can be asked in the paper: what is importance of physics, or why we study physics. So 5 to 7 lines you have to describe your answer. Hopefully you have understood the topic. In the next lecture we are going to discuss branches of physics. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.